will get into an economic update. Many of you who've seen me speak before like to bet on the number of charts in a presentation. I hope you took the under today. Fewer charts, but we have a charts-only event for you in a couple months if that's what you live for. So, a few just comments about Illinois and the Chicago region. For those of you that don't know, Illinois, #1 Midwest state for business creation. The Chicago region, and I'll talk about our partnership as a region a little bit more later, 11 years. 11 straight years as the #1 region in the country for new and expanding companies. That is a big deal. We don't talk about it enough. Chicago is performing incredibly well as a region. Will County is one of 4 counties in the Chicago region that is in the top 20 counties in the nation for project attraction. We are number 16. It matters, and we appreciate it. Illinois, 5th largest GDP in the U.S., #2 state for corporate expansion and relocation. The narratives about the demise of Illinois are, well, just a bit exaggerated. We're performing well here. Will County, a few economic conditions. I am excited to report, I don't know if anybody saw this, the 2023 population estimates came out here recently. We crossed 700,000. Finally, after years of approaching that number, we crossed 700,000. We have a special census coming up in fast-growing Plainfield here next year. I think we'll continue to add to that number. We've been the second fastest growing county in the state since the 2020 census. On the estimates, we are doing well in the growth department. Our gross regional product continues to rise, and manufacturing continues to be the largest part of our economy. Manufacturing's share of Will County economy actually grew in the past year. It now represents 18% of our economy overall. Median household income continues to rise toward $100,000. We're among the top few in the state there. Number of employers continues to grow. Housing permits, a little down this year. Still out front for the state, and we have a lot of projects in the pipeline, and I'm going to talk more about housing as we move forward. The big thing that we've done here in Will County over the last several years is add jobs. I've been measuring this, kind of go back to from the start of COVID to today. Everybody took that dip, right? But most of us are recovering. But in the last 5 years, Will County was again #1 for job creation in the state of Illinois, creating 17,000 jobs. It's your work. It's the people in the room that are doing that. I thank you for growing in Will County, continuing to develop here. This economy continues to perform incredibly well. Total wages in Will County over that same period are up 26%. To put that in context, where we are today versus where we were just 5 years ago, $3 billion a year in new wages in Will County. That's a lot of extra money being spent. It's why our retail numbers look good. And it is fantastic growth for this place. That said, our labor force has grown only mildly, right? Through COVID, we're not alone in this space, right? But if I measure the last 12 months, we're up 1,400 people in the last 5 years in labor force. As this economy continues to grow, we're going to see continued demand for more people, more labor force, more ability to hire and hire from within the county. Dr. Guzman spoke earlier about our internship program. Look, folks, it's not altruism, right? I like high school kids. I've got a couple. They're great. But it's about making these connections and hiring here and putting that opportunity together for our kids and for our companies. And so as we continue to grow, one place where we're going to continue to see pressure is on the housing front and adding space for us to grow into. So to that end, I want to transition into housing, where I'm going to spend a little bit more time than normal this year because I think it's important. Over the last 5 years, we're #1, single-family home builder, 6,800 units over the last 5 years. Good pace, right? We're continuing to build these out and do well, but it hasn't been enough to quench the demand in the market, right? Over that same period, in any given month, on average, housing inventory is down 42%, housing prices up 43%. I suspect I have a lot of homeowners in the room who think that's pretty cool, right? That's a lot of price appreciation, but it does create challenges for buyers that are looking to move into this market. A quick comparison. Looking at the full year's median home sale price, the average 30-year interest rate on a mortgage over that time. In 2019, if you wanted to buy the median house in Will County, put nothing down, put some money down, right? Put nothing down, that's about what your mortgage payment would have been. Same thing today. Median home, average interest rate, mortgage payment. It's nearly doubled in that time, right? Affordability has become a serious issue for all of us. Again, we're not alone in this space, but it's become more evident that the demand on housing is creating a need and, frankly, a demand from the market for more diverse housing stock. For that reason, I want to take just a couple minutes to celebrate some of the projects that are either underway or about to be underway and the communities that are making investments in that space because, frankly, it matters. Lincoln Station in the village of New Lenox, for those of you that don't know, this is across the parking lot from a metro station. Talk about clever transit-oriented development, right? This is exactly what we're looking for. 220 units. Some of them are leased up. They have waiting lists on the ones that are currently under construction. This is an exciting project. This one's just a picture, and it's just a picture for a reason. It's just getting started. But the Edward Rose residential development in the village of Romeoville, Noak, if you made it, congratulations on this one. This project, 880 units of mixed senior and market rate housing in Romeoville. Romeoville continues to be a fast-growing community for us. There are over 40,000 people now. And it's projects like this that help continue to lead the way on that. Springs at Lockport. This is a great commercial corridor on 159th Street by 355 for Lockport. Adding 320 units after adding a lot of units just north of there and finding it very successful previously. This is underway now. That picture was taken in the last week or so with locusts everywhere. So if you see a swarm, I apologize for that. Polo Club in Naperville. Again, for those of you that were around Naperville during all of the Polo Club zoning discussions, this one took a while. But Naperville ended up on Will County side with a mixed project of 136 townhomes, 261 single-family homes that is underway now. Autumn Glen in the village of Plainfield. For those of you that don't know, Plainfield is the #1 single-family home builder in the state of Illinois and has been for a while. Autumn Glen is 176 townhome development married to a lot of their single-family development as they continue to grow, expand, and become more diverse in housing stock. Same thing, Silo Bend West in Lockport, mixed townhome, single-family, already successful development, continuing to move forward. Sawgrass in Bolingbrook on Bolingbrook's west side where they continue to expand in residential. Another mixed townhome, single-family, 192 townhome development. Folks, I could talk about housing developments in Will County all day. There are a lot of these. They are important. They're important for our growth, but the mix has never been more important than it is now. And I want to take just a minute to applaud the communities, the staffs, the developers that have put so much effort and energy into adding residents for us here in Will County. Oh, applaud. Give them something. Other real estate I will touch on briefly today. Will County retail continues to perform incredibly well. We are 97% retail occupancy in the last 12 months, nearly 200 leases representing 540,000 square feet. I will say we have communities that have reached out to us to say we do not have a single built-out restaurant space available for people to move into. Folks, this space is full. and it continuing to perform very, very well. Will County office, I'll be honest, vacancy ticked up just a little bit over the course of the last year, but Will County continues to outperform other locations. We're at about 92% occupancy. You've heard me talk about this before. I'll be blunt. It's a smaller market, right? We don't typically have lessees that are taking huge amounts of space that are finding, fewer people come to work, I have to shed this, right? And that has let us perform better than some others as we come in. Industrial. This is sort of eye-popping when you look at the last two numbers. 237 leases over the last 12 months, representing 17 million square feet. Still very, very full, little over 94% occupancy, but we're seeing this market start to balance a little bit. And I would say normal vacancy is probably in that 8-ish% range. I see my friends from Centerpoint here who think it probably looks better at about 2%, but it's a market that is definitely shifting. You've heard me talk in the past about a slowdown in construction, and I do want to touch on this. And folks, this is your last chart today. So I made it complex. So Will County Industrial under construction, this is looking at just how much square footage is under construction anywhere in the county. For 8 straight quarters, 2 straight years, at any given time, we had 10 million square feet under construction in this county. And I call out I killed the presentation, guys. I call out this line. March 2022 is when interest rates started to rise. And we see a steady decline. It takes about a year to build out what's in the inventory. Where we sit today, this week, 3 million square feet under construction in Will County is the lowest number we've seen in many years. Okay? This is partially a function of some great markets being built out largely. Right? Bolingbrook, Romeoville, a lot of North counties built out. We've seen the push south. Centerpoint's Park, South Joliet, now West Plainfield, 57 corridor. We continue to have growth corridors, but this is important. This is my one comment I'll give on macro today, probably, maybe. But the interest rate hikes seem to have affected this industry. Right? We have definitely seen a slowdown. We've seen a slowdown in demand. So let's drop rates, maybe. That would be cool. We might like that. But so if the Fed's listening, they're not. Some project activity. I want to run through several projects with you today. First up, Hollywood Casino in Joliet. This is underway at the Cullinan development at the northeast corner of I-55 and Route 80. We broke ground on this. Gosh, it was really cold over the winter, and they are making great progress on this as it moves forward. This is an important anchor for the entirety of that project, right? Hollywood's going to add 150 new team members as part of their move, and we're excited to see that continue to grow and kick off the other commercial development around that site. One you might not have heard of, NLX Beverage Solutions, building out now in the Village of New Lenox. We should have an event on this later in the summer. NLX is an aseptic beverage maker. Anybody know what that is? No hands? You were going to get called up here if you did. But they produce a lot of beverage at bulk. This is a new production facility for the Chicago region for them. They serve a lot of customers that are already here, including maybe some of your favorite coffee chains with juices and beverages. We're really excited to have them here as part of our food market that continues to grow. For those of you that don't know, Will County employs about 4,000 people in food manufacturing today. It's a big sector for us. And in addition to that, we're still producing a lot of food, right? 44% of this county, 240,000 acres, is still in farms, right? So we are very much a nexus of food production, food processing, manufacturing. We continue to see growth in that space, and we're excited for these guys to grow. I bring up RJW Transport. They opened their 10th Will County facility here recently. RJW is an incredible growth story. 12 locations in total, 10 of them are in Will County. We've continued to see them grow and invest. This is their Romeoville project. They've been good partners for us, and they are an exciting company that continues to grow. The Peatone Travel Center. This is a big deal for Peatone, and I've talked a little bit about this before, but you can see it's done, plus a hotel in the back, right? 72-room hotel. Amy, if you're still here, thank you for that number. 72-room hotel in the back. They are continuing to grow, but most importantly, it unlocks the area west of I-57 for continued development in Peatone. They haven't been able to serve that with water and sewer. My developers in the room, give Peatone a call. There's stuff happening down there, and they have opportunity in that space. Senior Services Ovation Center in Romeoville. This is exciting. 135,000 square foot space, a one-stop shop for seniors that's been kind of in production for a long time. What I want to say about this is a really cool partnership between public entities, private entities, non-for-profit entities, coming together to do good work for the community. This is an exciting tool. And as the years go by, I increasingly think I'm closer to using their services than I want to be. Another community investment, Will County Children's Advocacy Center. We cut the ribbon on this the day of the eclipse. If you haven't heard our state's attorney speak during an eclipse, you're missing something. It's a lot of fun. And if you're wondering, yes, he spoke right through the eclipse. We've had a continued rush of car dealerships hit Will County, a lot of growth in this space. For my friends from communities, it's big sales tax, right? These matter for communities. These are important retail building blocks. Darcy opened a Mitsubishi dealership, a new franchise to Joliet. Bettenhausen in Lockport, just finished, just built. Kayla, for some reason, cut out my pictures with the balloons and the car dealership guy that goes like that, but so be it. This is a brand new franchise and product here. Mercedes of Romeoville, 40,000 square foot facility, the first foreign luxury dealership in Will County. So take that, Battle Love, wherever you are from DuPage. So we're really excited to see that come online and grow. And then lastly, Hawk Cadillac in Plainfield is taking off and underway. If you're going to buy all these new cars, you need a drive-through to sit in. So Bolingbrook provided that for you. The first Cosmics in the country, I want to know how many of you sat in that line? How many of you waited for that drive up? No hands? Come on. You know you did. Really cool project, exciting for Bolingbrook, and frankly, a lot of fun. And I think the lines are a little more managed now, which is great. You can get your drinks and little donuts without waiting an hour. Few infrastructure notes. I-80 project, just a quick update on this. Dr. Guzman, I'm sorry. Little crash this morning on I-80, but progress is underway. I warned you last year that 12 of the 16 miles were going to be under construction this season, and that is happening, right? It is not a great time out there, and we get it. But this is an extraordinarily important investment. We thank our partners at the state, our legislators, for helping secure the funding for this, well over $1 billion. Progress is being made. That's the Wheeler Road Bridge before and the Wheeler Road Bridge now. So stuff is actually getting done, I promise. But it is still going to take several years as we work through this project, but it is incredibly exciting for Will County. In Plainfield, West 143rd to Ridge Road expansion, you can see, is beginning with additional planned industrial development in that corridor. And then on the east side, this picture actually looks west, but as it comes towards you, the east side, they are continuing to move forward with that 143rd Street expansion to help traffic flow better, not through town, but through that corridor and to the freeway. This has been a long-time project. I see our friends from the Governmental League here. I know you put a lot of time and energy into this in Village of Plainfield. This is so important for that community going forward. This is an overhead view of the Olympic Boulevard extension. So this is the access from the east into the Cullinan project where the Hollywood Casino is. I've had a lot of people ask me when that's starting. Pretty soon, I guess. Right? They're making great progress out there. Credit to City of Joliet for investing in this project and kicking that off. The other side, 55 and 59 interchange. I'm not going to lie, it's a confusing interchange. For those of you that don't like diverging diamonds, this is a double diverging diamond. You are welcome. But you can kind of see how access starts to filter into that site. They've made great progress there, and that continues to move forward. The Grand Prairie Water Commission. Again, credit to the communities that have invested in this. Shanahan, Crest Hill, Joliet, Minooka, Romeoville, Shorewood. This is a big deal. For those of you that don't know, our aquifer in kind of that west central Will County area is limited. Expectations were quite recently that we would no longer be able to draw water from it by 2030. I'm told that estimates have become less optimistic rather than more. So these communities got together, committed to a big spend, a big risk, and have been working together to develop this commission and this project to secure Lake Michigan water for these communities. Folks, we cannot do our job if I can't promise water. Full stop. Things don't grow if that doesn't happen. And so credit to those communities. I'm going to call you out. Hugh O'Hara, who has been everywhere working on this project, has helped secure several $1 million of federal funding already for it. This is one of the most important things happening in Will County that nobody talks about. So it's important to have awareness of that. A few fun quality of life projects I want to talk about. First and foremost, Live Golf, coming to Bolingbrook Golf Club in September. Folks, credit to, you're here, the team at Bolingbrook and Mayor Mary. Unbelievable job recruiting this, working through this. Thank you for bringing us in and letting us be a partner. Regional, sports, entertainment with a tourism draw back in Will County. Right? It's a big deal for us. We expect 50,000 people over 3 days, and we're excited to have that. Should I pose? I can't do what Kenneth did. So very excited to bring that here. And at the end, we're doing a few drawings. One of those is for 2 tickets to that event in September. So we look forward to seeing you there. Come out and support. Thank you to the community for supporting that project. If you need something to do with the kids when you're at Live, go to Scene 75 in Romeoville, right down the road. This thing, it's already the largest indoor family amusement park in the country, and they are continuing to add. Obviously, the Turbo Racer Mega Slide was my idea. I'm into it. We're going to do it. But again, something to do, something that's fun here in the county, and we're excited to see that expand. For those of you that don't know, the Crossroads Sport Complex next to Silver Cross Hospital in New Lenox is underway. Mayor Balderman is not in the room, so I will happily commit him to a 2025 delivery date for this project. Northern Builders, if you are in the room, I apologize for that. This is an incredible complex that's underway now. This is a long-time focus and investment for the community, and I will say, commercial lots are available. Contact us or your Village of New Lenox representatives if you are interested in developing there. And you should be. 2 million plus visitors a year hit Silver Cross. That campus is busy, and commercial development out there. Kayla guarantees it will work. I won't make that. No, it'll be great. We're excited for that project. Tomahawk Aquatic Center in Shanahan. This is another investment from that community in recreation within their park district, adding slides, and again, stuff to do in Will County. Romeoville Crossing Park down the road from their village hall, a new 60-acre park that's under development now, visible, present in the middle of the community. It's exciting. He told me not to call him out on the pictures. Back to New Lenox, the Kids Works Children's Museum is underway, and we expect that to open later this year. Am I okay saying that? So we're excited about that project. Big investment, YMCA seeking to develop a new facility in Shorewood. Shorewood has been seeking a community partner for more recreation in their community, and that is happening with the Y. So thank you to the Y, longtime partners for us, and we're excited to see you continue investing in our community. And then back to Lockport, right off of 355, the Summit Ice Arena is underway now. Again, communities are investing in assets for livability for this region. Private sector investing in assets for livability for this region. Things to do matter, right? And bit by bit, we're seeing this build and continue to grow this as a place to, again, live, have fun. So we are excited for that. I will round out with a little bit of discussion about CED in action. I'm going to pause here for a minute on the internship program. Every company you see rolling on this slide took a chance with us and with JTHS in year one and said, yeah, bring in a random high school kid. This support couldn't matter more for our mission. We've talked so much about workforce over the years. Kids don't know what you do unless their dad works there, their mom works there, their aunt or uncle works there, or you let them in. Right? This is an opportunity to tell your story. Let kids in, let them work with you, see what you do, and start to make those connections for the long run. Year one, 29 companies, 39 positions right now that are filled. Kids are going to work at these companies in Will County. I cannot thank you enough for the support for this program, for the support for our students, but ultimately the ability to build a better workforce over time. Right? This year, thank you to Carla for being our pilot and taking that risk with us. This year we are expanding this. We want to go countywide. We already have several schools on board as commits, but we need you. Have a couple call to actions during this. This is a big one. Call us, host a high school intern. I don't need a job description till November. You've got a minute. But we're already gearing up for 2025, and we want to help these kids see your facility. Just a couple requirements. One of these Will County High School students, got to be one of them. You got to pay them, and the work's got to be during the summer. Right? And beyond that, we can work with you to shape what fits. But please, please consider joining us for next year. This is one of the most exciting things we do. I'm going to take a minute to credit Kayla on this, who continues to find hours to go out and push you to join us and be part of this. And I can't thank you enough for that. We will continue this work going forward, but help us grow. CED After 3, this is a newer event for us, something in the evening, because as it turns out, not everybody digs 7:30 meetings. So I want to thank our hosts on this, the people that have supported us in putting this together. This has been an exciting event. We're getting great turnouts, and we've got booze most of the time. So come out, see us at these going forward. Our Illinois Manufacturing Excellence Center partnership has led to several roundtables and meetings with manufacturers in and around Will County. That is a program that continues to grow and be well supported. Thank you to the manufacturers who have come to the table and shared your stories about how best to grow, how best to succeed. Thank you to JJC for continuing to host us and tolerate us as we run this program. CED Volunteer Days, I do want to flag that Kayla made this slide, so there's a lot of Kayla in it, so be ready. CED Volunteer Days, this is opportunities for those of you on our board to see what I mean. Come out and support a community event or community organization. Our most recent one was here at the Y. That's Northern Illinois Food Bank. It's just a fun day of service. I want to take one moment to talk about our Brownfield Assessment Grant. For those of you that don't know, the CED has a grant from US EPA that allows us to spend federal dollars to go in and evaluate potentially contaminated sites and begin phase 1 and phase 2 environmental engineering. And if we find that it qualifies, we can go back and seek more dollars for this. Help us spend this money. We are always looking for sites. The rules are fairly straightforward. You cannot have contaminated it yourself and then go to EPA and be like, hey, I did a thing, can I have some money? That doesn't work. But if you have a site you know might be challenged, particularly the real estate folks, look, we're not trying to out anybody here. We are trying to spend federal dollars to help clean up Will County sites and put them back into productive use. So if you know of those sites, please reach out to us. Dave Moon from Terracon will be here as you're exiting. That little table in the back has some flyers on the program. Look, this can be an ongoing source of funding for Will County. Keep delivering us properties, and we'll keep working to clean them up. I want to talk briefly about GCEP, Greater Chicagoland Economic Partnership. I'm still not cool with GCEP as a name, but it's fine. Greater Chicagoland Economic Partnership. You've heard us say, right, we don't do anything alone. It's all about our partners. That includes the economic development community. The Chicago region for a long time has been fiercely competitive with one another. And frankly, we've been fairly criticized for that. Last year, we stood up the Greater Chicagoland Economic Partnership, a partnership between the City of Chicago, Cook, DuPage, Kane, Kendall, Lake, McHenry, and Will counties. This is a group that allows us to work well together, coordinate, market Chicago as a region to the world, and frankly, just do a better job of attracting projects to this area. I'm a little sad to report I have a project I can't quite announce today, but we're close, that absolutely would not have happened without GCEP's support and their partnership for this company continuing to grow and expand in Will County. Working together matters. It works. And I do want to just take a minute to thank my friends from World Business Chicago who are here today. Greg Betelove from DuPage County, my counterpart in DuPage County, who is here today. Here supporting each other, working together to market Chicago as a region is what matters. And that group is doing a great job, and we're excited to be a part of it. Your favorite words every time I talk? Last thing. I want to talk about the CED Business Retention Program. Fausto, I don't know if you know we rolled with this picture in a slide, so I apologize. But business retention and expansion, simply put, is about proactive economic development. Most of what we do is reactive. All right? Site selectors come to town, projects come to town, tell us what they need, and we try to make it fit. Right? This is about going out into the community and focusing on businesses that are already here. Right? As much as the attraction side matters, this matters more. Right? And it's something that I've been wanting to focus more on for a while. Thank you to the county and ARPA funding that has allowed us to spend more resources on this space. But this is about going out, focusing on Will County companies, helping our companies grow, and making sure they stay here. Right? We want to go out, we want to find where the problems are, and we want to fix them before it prevents somebody from growing in the region. So as we move forward with this, I want to say, I need your help. My community partners, right, my other development folks, my elected officials. If there's a business in your town that you don't know about, you're not sure where they are, reach out to us. Reach out to me, reach out to Fausto. You call the shots at the front end of this program. Help us get targets, and then come with us when we go out and talk to these companies. Help us make sure that we continue to grow and diversify this economy from within as well as from the outside. So please reach out. We need your help. That said, as we wrap up, I want to again thank our sustaining investors and everyone who invests in this organization and partners with us. Our annual report, because you want it on the calendar, December 6th at Bolingbrook Golf Club. Come out and join us.